Poštovani gledatelji, Flaming Lips Specijal prikazuje priču o jednom od najzačudnijih rock bendova u povijesti. No Flaming Lips žele za sebe reći da su sasvim normalni ljudi koji žele stvarati uzbudljivu glazbu i da su u početku karijere bili grupa netalentiranih glazbenika koji su htjeli biti punkerska verzija Huovaca. Flaming Lips nastupaju prvi put u Hrvatskoj krajem lipnja na T-Mobile in Music Festivalu na zagrebačkom Jarunu.
He always knew, too, that he wanted to play the guitar. And, of course, at that time, we didn't ever know where that would take him.
I mean, we've changed. I mean, we present the shows now as like big-time entertainers, whereas back then we really presented the shows as like we were really just part of the audience.
Visually, they were really entertaining. It's just the songs weren't so great. The Batman theme was not a good idea, and they knew it.
When you suffer in other areas, you try to make up for it with show.
So we'd have smoke and lights and mirror balls.
Fire.
Noisy rock band with bad clothes and weird hair.
We're not going to fool each other and, think that we're great. It's like, but if we can fool everybody else, maybe we can sell some records.
See, this is no good. It's like the camera goes on.
Just happy that I put on clean underwear for the day that I was being interviewed.
I think they still have a chaotic thing about them where you don't really know what's going to happen, and there's still a sense that something unexpected might happen.
It's a proactive concert. They involve their audience.
Wayne is just sort of like this childlike, grown-up Pied Piper. Wherever Wayne leads, people will follow.
The leader of the pack is in a balloon and he's surfing over the audience.
They're feeding into your brain these kind of images that are not going to leave.
When you figure going from underground or alternative or whatever you want to call it all the way to Grammy, that's big.
We're going to blow up some balloons, and we are going to sing Happy Birthday, and I'm going to pour some blood on my head, and we are going to sing some songs about death and life and love and what it means to really be alive.
This is our city, a city born in a day 61 years ago, a lusty, dusty frontier town of 10,000 persons, which today has become a metropolis of the Southwest with a population approaching 300,000. Yes, this is our city, the capital of a great state.
This is Oklahoma, where I grew up. We're known for oil derricks, college football, and country music. Hardly a mecca of freaky art rock. In the summer of 1986, my older brother took me to the VFW Hall in Norman, Oklahoma to see a punk rock show. The lineup included the Dicks, Meat Joy, and the local warm-up band with long hair and ratty instruments called the Flaming Lips. Honestly, I can't remember anything about the music except it was insanely loud.
All right, everybody, we're the Flaming Lips, and we come all the way from Oklahoma City to play here tonight, and we're awful glad all you nice folks are here to see us sing.
We thought of ourselves as being some sort of no-talent derivative of some kind of hillbillies gone punk version of The Who. know, I think we were just of that age where it just sort of seemed like the whole world was made for us. And the Who came here really just to play for us. And when they played, and it was that glorious time when it just, they sang songs and they were like religious songs, you know, listening to you, I get the music. I went with Tommy on the back of his motorcycle or something like that. If you can imagine that, you know, Tommy going to a concert and having tickets. Wow.
We lost my little brothers. We had to wait till after the show to find them. And we did find them. They were down by the stage right away.
Sure, yeah.
I couldn't go home without my little brothers. Mom would kill me.
Young men and young boys could talk about the Who in a way because it wasn't like they weren't glamorous rock gods. They were just hardworking men who were touched by the religiousness of rock and roll, and it was.
There's religiousness in it.
Well, if you see religiousness in it, then it's there.
I guess if you're on the front row and you do enough stuff, yeah, you see God down there.
Live, I mean, you can definitely draw the parallel to the Who in sort of a garagey, punky fashion. Mark, the lead singer, wasn't quite as, windmills with the microphones. He was much sloppier at it in any case, and he was a little too ominously muscle-bound. Wayne jumped around like a jackass on guitar and did all the rocking out things. Michael was stoic on the bass with a big fro. Then Richard was beating the hell out of every drum in sight.
He would work at Long John's for the cause. And, you know, I'm basically just trying to pay some bills. He's a true artist, where, you know, I'm just a jock that, you know, is having fun. It was better that I got out when I did, and which forced him into other types of music.
Loud Led Zeppelin punk rock.
Stooges-like riff.
Neil Young on some kind of gas.
Even too weird for like the punk rockers.
It wasn't about a show. I don't know what it was about. I mean, at the time, it seemed so much you want to be part of the scene.
Dinosaur Jr. was also another band that was a loud band.
Butthole Surfers, the Dicks.
Black Flag.
Texas Instruments.
Amateur but loud. I think that marks what the Flaming Lips are all about. Good equipment, but no talent.
Well, if you didn't like our songs, you could walk away and say, gosh, they sure were loud, weren't they?
You know, I'm proud of that we were enthusiastic and that we, even though we had no true talent, musical talent anyway, that we sort of did it in the spirit. That wasn't a spirit that we discovered. It was the spirit of what was going on at the time with punk rock and those early hardcore shows that were going on in Norman in 1982 and 1983.
He had to do the Long John Silver's eye patch and the hat and all that stuff. I think he might have had a parrot, too. I don't remember if that was part of the costume or not.
God, they worshipped him there. It was really amazing. I'd drop in to visit him, and he'd decide to take his break right then, and they would all completely acquiesce.
I worked at Long John Silver's. I started there in 1977. I think I worked there for about 11 years. And I must admit, I truly loved working here. So this is the current